Now in this video we are going to discuss about 11th standard computer science chapter 8 iteration and recursion. In the last class we discussed about what is mean by loop invariant and we discussed some of the examples about loop invariant. Now in this class also we discuss some examples about loop invariant. Okay. There are 6 equal spaced trees and 6 sparrows sitting on these trees. Here one example is given. We just see this example whether in this example the loops invariant or not. Okay. So how many trees are there? 6 trees are there. And how many sparrows are there? 6 sparrows are there. Okay. So 6 trees and 6 sparrows sitting on these trees. One sparrow, one on each tree. Okay, so that is each tree there is one sparrow. If a sparrow flies from one tree to another, then at the same time another sparrow flies from its tree to some other tree the same distance away but in the opposite direction. Is it possible for all the sparrows together on one tree? Okay, so what is the question is there? So totally how many trees are there? 6 trees are there. How many sparrows are there? 6 sparrows are there. In each tree one sparrow is sitting. So what is the question? If one sparrow flies from one tree, the same time and another tree the same distance, one more sparrow is flying in the opposite direction. Okay, so the movement of the sparrows is in opposite direction. That is, if for example in tree 1 the sparrow is flying to tree 2 means then tree 2 sparrows also flying in the opposite direction. Maybe we consider in first tree sparrow is playing to the second tree and second tree sparrow is playing to the first tree. Like that the sparrows are moving means whether it is possible all the sparrows gathered in the same tree. Okay, so that is the question. I have to find whether in this process all the sparrows are gathered in the same tree or not. Okay, now you can see the solution of this problem. Let us index the trees from 1 to 6. So each and every trees are indexed from 1 to 6. First tree, second tree, third tree, fourth tree. Like that the numbers are given for the 6 trees. The index of a sparrow is the index of the tree it is currently sitting on. Okay. So the sparrow index is also, that is the sparrow number also same as the tree number. If the sparrow in first tree, then the sparrow is numbered as 1. Tree is also numbered as 1. Okay, index number is given as 1. A pair of sparrows playing can be modeled as an iterative step of a loop. Okay, so the sparrow flying process is considered as a looping statement, iterative steps. Okay, so when a sparrow tree I flies to the tree I plus d, another sparrow at tree j flies to the tree j minus t. That is, we already learned, no, opposite direction. Okay, so one sparrow is flying from one tree and the same distance the another sparrows also fly from the another tree in the opposite direction. Okay, for that only we are using j minus d. So here I is used to mention the index value of the tree plus d is used to mention the distance of the tree. Okay, so the index value for tree and their sparrow is same. Okay, so tree I plus d means the opposite direction sparrow flies index is mentioned by j minus d because they are having the negative opposite direction. So we are using negative symbol. Okay, j minus d. Thus, after each iterative step, the sum s of the indices of the sparrow remains invariant. So, for each and every step, we calculate the sum. The sum is remains invariant. Moreover, a loop invariant is true at the start, at the end of the loop. We already learned, no, when was the loop invariant or true? At the start of the loop, at the start of the iteration, at the end of the iteration and end of the loop. For this 4 points, the loop invariant is true. Okay. So at the start of the loop, now you can check first start of the loop and the end of the loop. So at the start of the loop, the value of the invariant is s equal to how many trees are there? 6 trees are there. So we just Add 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5 plus 6. So totally what we get? We get the value 21. When the loop ends, the loop invariant has the same value. So after the tree playing process is over, after that also we are getting the same value, same sum 21 means then that loop is known as a loop invariant. However, when the loop ends, if all the sparrows were on the same trees, say k, then s equal to 6k. Okay, here k is the constant variable. So s equal to 21, loop invariant at the start of the loop. Okay, so before going to start the loop, the invariant variable s equal to 21. Okay, so s equal to 6k. Here k is the constant. Okay, 6 is number of sparrows. 6k. Loop invariant at the end of the loop. Okay, so you have to, at the end of the loop, what we get? We get 6k. Okay, here k is the constant value. So see this, whether you can get the opportunity to gather all the sparrow in the same tree. Okay, so now you can see 6k is equal to 21. Okay, 6k is equal to, what is the sum? 21 is given, no? So 6k equal to 21. Loop invariant has the same value at the start and the end. Okay, so 21 is the multiple of 6. So we can see 21 is a multiple of 6. No, so 21 is not a multiple of 6. So it is not possible, is not multiple of 6. Okay, so the desired final values of the sparrow indices is not possible with the loop invariant. So this that is the, it is not possible to gather all the sparrows in the same tree when this condition. Okay, therefore, all the sparrows cannot gather on one tree, because here what is the total is given? 6k equal to 21. So k equal to 21 by 6. What is the value you can get? 3, 6 or 18. Remainder is 3. Okay. So when you get the remainder value is 0, that is the sum is multiples of 6 means then it is possible uh, to gather all the sparrows in the same tree, otherwise it is not possible. Okay, you can take one more example. So we already learned, no, chameleon of chromeland problem. So what is the problem? Or there are three different colors of chameleons are there. Okay, so two different colors of chameleons meet together, it changed into the third color. Okay, so what is the question is there? When whether it is possible to change all the chameleon in the same color. Okay, that is the question. Here the number is also given, we already know the solution also, that is when two chameleons numbers are same, then we can have the opportunity to change into the third color, that is all the chameleons is change into the same color. Okay, now you can see this in this example, how many chameleons are there? There are 13 red chameleons and 15 green chameleons and 17 blue chameleons on chromeland. Okay, you can see this numbers: 13 red, 15 green, 17 blue. Okay, that is no two chameleons have the same value. When two chameleons of different colors meet, they both changes their color to the third one. If for example red and green chameleons meet together means these two chameleons is changed into the blue color. So the chameleons counting is reduced from red and green by 1 and it added into the blue color chameleon. Okay, so both changes their color to the third one. For example, if a red and a green meet, both becomes blue. Is it possible to arrange meetings that result in all chameleons displaying the blue color? Okay, so now you can see whether it is possible to display all the chameleons in the blue color. Okay, so we can take the variables R, G and B. So that is R is used to mention the red color, G is used to mention the green color and B is used to mention the blue color chameleon. So we model the meetings of two types as an iterative process. Okay, here also we are doing for iterative. Iterative process is nothing but repeating the process again and again. It's known as iterative or looping statement. Okay, a meeting changes R comma G comma B, that is red, green, blue. Okay, now R minus, that is when red and green chameleons are meet together, the counting of red chameleon is reduced by 1, as well as the counting of green chameleon is reduced by 1. Okay, this two chameleons is changed into the blue color. So the total number of blue color chameleon is increased by 2. Okay, so for that only here given r minus 1 comma g minus 1 comma b plus 2, or where either or otherwise red and blue chameleons are made together, it changed into the green color. Okay, so it reduced red minus 1 and blue minus 1. This two chameleons is changed into the green color. Or when green and blue chameleons are made together, it changed into the red color. So it reduced one from the green chameleon and also one from the blue chameleons, and those two chameleons are changed into the red color. So the counting of red colors can be increased by 2. So consider, for example, the meetings of a red and a green chameleon. Okay, now we can see the example. The meetings of the blue and red chameleons. Okay, meetings of the blue and red chameleons. So consider, for example, the meetings of a red and a green chameleon. So now red and green chameleons are meet together, it change into the blue chameleon. Okay, the difference in the number of any two types either do not change or changes by 3. This is an invariant. Okay, so the difference between any two colors is the changes by 3 means you can have the opportunity to get same chameleons. All the chameleons change into the same chameleons. Okay, now you can see r minus 1 minus g minus 1 is equal to r minus g. Okay, that is r minus 1 minus g minus minus plus 1. Minus 1 and plus 1 are cancelled. We get r minus g alone. Okay, and then r minus 1 minus b plus 2. That is here we just include the minus symbol inside of this bracket. R minus 1 minus b minus 2. So what we get? R minus b and then minus 3. G minus 1 minus b plus 2 is equal to g minus b minus 3. Okay, so that is, now you can check this is true for all three cases. If any two types differ in number by a multiples of 3, at the start of the iterative process, the difference can be reduced in steps of 3 to 0. Okay, so what is it given? If the difference between this any two colors of chameleon is multiples of 3 means it have the opportunity to change all the chameleons into the same color, otherwise it does not have. And then we also know one more option, that is any two number of chameleons are equal, then it have the opportunity to change into the third color chameleons. Okay, so to 0 when the iterative process ends. However, at the start r minus j, what is the value for a red chameleons? Totally 13 red chameleons are there. So 13 red chameleons minus how many green chameleons are there? 15 green chameleons. So 13 minus 15, what is the value you can get? Minus 2. And then now see the next one. So G minus B. So what is the, how many number of green chameleons is there? 15 green chameleons and 17 blue chameleons. So 15 minus 17, again we get the value minus 2. And then B minus R, blue minus red chameleon. 17 minus 13, what is the result you can get? We get a value 4. No two colors differ in number by a multiples of 3. Yes. So first one is minus 2. Again second is also minus 2. And then fourth one is 4. So no two colors is differ by multiple of 3. Therefore all the chameleons cannot be changed to a single color. Okay. So it is not possible all the chameleons are changed into the single color for this number of counting. Okay. Okay, now you can see one more example. Jar of marbles. Okay, now you are having one jar. Okay, you are given a jar full of two kinds of marbles, white and black, and asked to play this game. Randomly select two marbles from the jar. If they are the same color, throw them out, put another black marbles in. Okay, so you may assume that you have an endless supply of spares of marbles. Okay, so what is the examples as given? We are having one jar. Okay, it is on one of the game. We are having one jar. That is, we take one jar. Okay, from that jar number of marbles is there. Okay, several number of marbles is there. That is, so full of marbles in the jar, full of marbles are there. Okay, two kinds of marble, that is white and black marbles, filled with the jar. Okay, so what is the game? For each and every time, we insert your hand and take any two types of marbles, any two marbles. Okay, so randomly select two marbles from the jar. Okay, randomly you can inside of the jar, rest your hands inside of the jar and take any two colors of marbles. When you are taking, both the colors are same. Okay, so when you are taking the marbles outside, when both the marbles have the same color, then throw them out. Mm, Put another black marbles. Okay, when you are taking, both marbles are black color or both marbles are white color, means we just throw out those two marbles outside and take only one black marble and put inside of the jar. Okay, and then if you are taking different colors, okay, one is black color, another one is white color, means place the white one back into the jar. Okay, so for every time we are taking, we are selecting two marbles from the jar. So when you are taking both the marbles are same color, then throw out the two marbles and put one black marbles inside of the jar. When you are taking different colors, that is one is black color, another marble is white color, means then we just put white color inside of the jar and throw out the black color. Okay, and then if you knew the original number of white, and so place the white one back into the jar and throw the black one away. If you knew the original number of white and black marbles, what is the color of the last marble in the jar? Okay, so you can able to say how many number of black and white marbles are there when you can get last which marbles inside of the jar. Okay, so now you can see this example. In this example, a jar is having four marbles, that is two white marbles and two black marbles. Okay, here the oval shape is considered as a jar. Okay, the first oval shape, this is the total number of marbles present in this jar. How many marbles is there? Four marbles is there, that is two white marbles and two black marble. The first time we select the two marbles. Okay, so is it is possible we can take both the marbles are same color, that is both of them in black color. What you have to do, we just throw out these two black colors outside of the jar and put one new black color inside of this jar. Okay, for that only we are getting three marbles, that is two marbles in white color and one is black color. And then see another opportunity, when you are taking one black color marble and one white color marbles, means then we replace the white color's marble inside of the jar and throw out the black color marble. So here we are having, we are taking one white and one black. What is the remaining is there? One white and one black is remaining. And then we are put one white marble in this jar. So when you are taking both white marbles outside, then we just throw out those marbles and put one more black marbles inside of the jar. Okay. The number of white and black marbles in the jar can be represented by two variables. Okay, here the total number of marbles are represented by white and B, that is W and B. The variables are used for W and B. W is used to mention white marbles and B is used to mention black marbles. Okay, so B and W change depending on the colors of the two marbles taken out. So what are the opportunities we can take the marbles outside of the jar? Either we can take black marble or black white or white. So it is illustrated, we already discussed this opportunities with the help of figure, okay, as annotated in an algorithm. So now you can see the algorithm. While at least two marbles in jar, so we consider we are having only two marbles in the jar. Okay, then that is black comma white. Take out any two marbles. We just take all those two marbles outside of from the jar. Okay, so case both are black. If both the marbles are black, means throw away both the marbles. If you are having both the marbles are black, what you have to do? We just to throw out the black marbles and place one more black marbles inside of the jar. No, that steps are given. So throw away in fifth step. See this, throw away both the marbles. And sixth step, put your black marbles back. Okay. So the total counting of black marble is reduced by 1. White marbles no changes. For that only we are writing B equal to B marbles minus 1, and then white marble W is equal to W dash. Here dash is used to mention the marbles. Okay, that is marbles counting. B plus W. So total number of marbles B plus W. What is the total we get? B plus W minus 1. Okay, because the black marble is reduced by 1. And in case both are white, when you get both the marbles are white means throw away both the marbles and put black marbles back. So now the black marble is increased by 1. So both the white marbles are thrown out. So white marbles count is decreased by 2. So W equal to W dash minus 2. So B plus W. Now you can see the sum of those two marbles. B plus W minus 1. Okay. So now else it is not also possible means then we can take black and white. So throw away the black one, put the white one back. So B equal to, now the counting of black marble is B equal to B minus 1 and W equal to W. There is no changes in the white marbles. Okay, and then B plus W equal to B plus W minus 1. For each case how B, W and B plus W changes is shown in the algorithm, where B and W are values of the variables before taking out of two marbles. Okay, notes the way W changes. Either it does not change or decreases by 2. Okay, so when the white marbles, how the white marbles are changed? Whether the white marbles cannot be changed or it changed by, that is decreased by 2. This means that is the parity of W, whether it is odd or even. So does not change. This means that the parity of white marbles, whether it is odd or even, does not change. The parity of W is invariant. Okay. Suppose at the start of the game W is even, when the game ends W is still even. Moreover, only one marble is left. W plus B equal to 1. Okay. So W plus B equal to 1, end of the loop. W equal to 0 or W equal to 1 from 1. Okay, so B plus W equal to 1 means what is the meaning for that? Here maybe the white marble may be 0 or white marble is 1. W is even. So when the white marbles is even means loop invariant. W equal to 0. So when we consider white marbles are 0 from 2 and 3. B equal to 1, that is black marbles is equal to 1. Last marble must be black. So if you want to get last marble must be black. Similarly, if at the start of the game there is an odd number of white marbles are there, the last marble must be white. Okay, so if at the start of the game there is an odd number of white marbles is there, then the last marble must be white. Okay, is it clear, ma? Black, last marble must be a black. So odd number of white marbles is there, then we get the last marble is white. Otherwise we get the last marble is black. Even number of white marbles is there, we get the last marble is black. One last question. Do we ever reach a state with only one marble? Yes, because the total number of marble B plus W always decreases by 1. At each step, it will eventually becomes 1. Okay. So, at each and every step, the value of B plus W is decreased by 1 only. Okay. Is it clear? Okay, students. In the next class, we discuss about what is meant by recursion, how it can be applied. Okay. Okay, students. Thank you.